Oh, hello. Hello, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram users. This is Fuego. Here with the little video that I've been wanting to do for a while. As many of you know, I am a very good player at Street Fighter 5, if not the best. Humble brag. But people ask me, Oscar, how do you do it? How did you get that good? Well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It happened by accident. When I heard that this game was gonna take fight money, as far as you earn the money through online play through the general story, and then story modes and all that good stuff, I was like, okay, it gives me a reason to play the game to earn that money. Well, turns out that if you do the trial modes, you get a hefty amount of money. So I did Ryu first, and then Nakali, and then Zangief, and then all of a sudden I did freaking Cammy, and then I did Chun-Li, and then I did Ken, Rashid, freaking Bison. Long story short, I did everybody. Now, since the release of the DLC, I've done all of the characters like Guile, Alex, Ibuki, Baro. I've done those already, but we're not talking about them. We're only talking about the launch characters only that it came out here on Street Fighter 5 when it was first released. So what are we talking about? We're going to talk about the hardest trials for each character in Street Fighter 5, ranging from the least hardest to ungodly hard, meaning almost pull my hair out hard. So sit back, relax, and who knows, you might learn a thing or two, because let's face it, you haven't done any of the trials, and if you did, you're stuck at one, and it might be on this list. So let's begin.
Damn it! Damn it! Fuck! Damn it!
Number 11.
Woo!
First things first, Geef number 9. Now I put this one above in 11 because I wasn't originally do top 10, but this one deserves a mention because of the fact that you're doing stand heavy kick, and there is a big region right there, as you can see with the box that I drew out. Think of it from Ryu's belt going upward. You can jump and EX grab him and then turn it into the SPD. The only problem is that you have to do it pretty quick, so my advice to you on this one would be, as soon as you do the standing heavy kick, have your up diagonal button already buffered in that direction, and then just do SPD. If you do it right, you'll get it every time.
Number 10.
Woo!
Next up, Dawson number 9. As you can see, you have to do it pretty quickly on this one too. Similar to Geef's number 9, you have to do it similar as well. But in this case, you have to already have buffered the same up diagonal and then cancel it into the EX flame while you're up in the air. And this only works in the corner, so if you try and do it in the middle of the screen, it won't work.
Number 9.
Woo!
Now we are heading to Rashid number 8. Now, this was a little tricky because I don't use Rashid, and neither do I use the other characters, but what I learned is that each character has their own little timing, especially Rashid's. So as you can see right here at this moment, you have to walk a little bit forward before you do the forward medium punch. If you time it right, you'll hit him into the tornado with the second hit, and then just go to the EX tornado diagonal. So this one takes a little practice, but it's not hard to do.
Number 8.
Woo!
Welcome to the first number 10 here on our list. You're going to see plenty of those. Now, Cammy, her number 10 was not specifically super duper hard, but I will say it was a little bit challenging to get the timing right. So what messed me up a bunch of times that I kept doing the wrong move after I did Delta Drive and I went to the Spiral Arrow. The airborne one, the airborne version of it. So what I would suggest is this: as soon as you jump up, cancel it immediately after, and then cancel it into the crouching medium punch, Spiral Arrow. As soon as you cross the other side, do another cancel into the critical art. As you can tell, it is a bunch of cancels, but once you get it done, once you practice it, and once you land it, it'll be one of the strongest weapons in your repertoire. So I highly recommend it that you practice this.
Number 7.
Hadouken!
I was not lying about the number 10s in our list, folks. This is Armika number 10. Now, what I noticed with this one is that this is a little tricky as far as if you don't know the character at all, you will have a hard time getting this trial down. Now, where the first thing I would need you to do is you gotta learn her V trigger. Her V trigger is gonna call in her tag partner, and you gotta know which one it is. If you do the wrong one, her partner's gonna come in at the wrong side, so always remember that. Now, as I do the stomp and step forward, as you can see right here, she has her hands clasped, and that's the proper hit that's gonna go next into the trial. Do not hold forward heavy punch, because it's a totally different normal attack. It's a unique attack at that. So remember, do not hold forward heavy punch after you do the dash. If you do it right, you will combo into this critical art and get massive damage out of it. Oh man, this one took me like a good 15 minutes once I figured out that you needed to not hold forward punch. But hey, that's what trials are for, so you can learn. And not only that, you can see that ass smash his head into the ground.
Number 6.
Hadouken!
Another number 10? Well, I told you guys, there's gonna be plenty of these. Some of them are pretty hard at the end. But I will say, fun fact about Chun-Li, whenever I did her trials originally, I stopped at number 9 because I was doing it super late. And I was like, number 10, I'll do it later. 4 weeks later, somebody noticed on the Fighters of Baytown that I haven't done it. So, shoutouts to you, man. Shoutouts to you for telling me to do it. And fuck you at the same time, because this one took me a good hot minute to get this one down. As you can see, as I do the, the multiple kick, the light kick version, you gotta cancel it immediately into the critical art. So make sure that you do that as fast as possible towards the end. So it was a little tricky. Like, what helped is that when you're in the V trigger, her hits when you use medium or heavies, they added extra hits, so it kind of covers the extra hit and timing that you need to land it. So this was pretty difficult, but you know what? It's only gonna get harder from here, guys. So if you're gonna do this one, you have to have a lot of patience.
Number 5.
Alright, next up is Fong number 10. Now this one's similar to Cammy's as there's a lot of cancels, but if you really look at it, if you use this in a real match, this is like a lot of damage that you're actually going to be putting down on the ground. Basically because once you're in that V-trigger mode, your opponent's going to be basically bleeding a lot as you keep tagging on damage to it. So I know the trial doesn't really show how much damage it's going to do because it kind of stops it after it says success. But firsthand, when I've done this, you're looking at least 51% of damage, at least. So at least more than half of your opponent's life bar. Difficulty, just a lot of cancels, but you can do it.
Number 4.
Now up next is Ken number 10. I had a lot of trouble with this one because, to be honest with you, I kept doing it wrong. I kept doing it and not actually landing the moves, and I wasn't sure why. Turns out, he has strict timing when it comes to his combos, especially after certain moves, and not only that, after target combos at that, because they're not cancelable right away, only at certain frames. So if you do it right, you're actually gonna be not only pushing him into the corner, but taking damage away from the opponent, and not only that, critical art was gonna put you in a huge advantage. But it takes a while to get this down. So if you're gonna use Ken, you have to remember, you gotta be a little reckless with him. But keep in mind, you have to know the timing. So keep practicing with this one. This one's a little tough. And if you can't do it, it's not because that you suck, it's because, you don't know how to use Ken.
Number 3.
Alright, whoever designed Ryu number 10 at Capcom, wherever you are in Japan, you're a dick, man. You forgot to put something very vital in this trial in order for people to get it down. But I understand, you want people to keep trying and figure it out on their own. But guess what? I cracked the code. After you do standing heavy kick, you gotta walk forward a little bit and do not hold forward heavy punch. Because, he does that shoulder plexus attack with the 2 hits. You have to walk forward and then let go of the forward direction and then hit standing heavy punch. Cancel into the V trigger and then continue the combo. This one was the first time I had to go to the Facebook page on Street Fighter 5 in a community group and ask the question, what am I doing wrong? And then somebody explained it to me. So shout outs to you guys. Thank you for helping me out. Now, back to the dude at Capcom. You suck, dude. You suck. You suck.
Number 2.
Hadouken!
Woo!
Now, whoever designed Karen Trial number 6, you're a dick too. You're the biggest dick of them all. You thought I was not going to be able to do this one, but guess what? I figured it out too. But guess what? I didn't know you can do this in Street Fighter 5, but apparently you gotta plink it. Yeah, a plink in a game that doesn't even rely on plinking. If you do it right, Ryu will fly up into the air, and then as soon as you land it, you gotta do the next move as quickly as possible. Which is kind of like, why would you want to do this in battle? It's not very, good. But anyway, it's still hard.
Number 1.
Hadouken!
Woo!
Okay, you want my advice on this one? This is now considered to be the infamous Bison number 9. Alright? You want my honest opinion and you want my actual truth on it. You want me to tell you how to actually do this one and actually land it? Well, here it is, guys. Don't do it. Do not do Bison number 9. He will be in that trial room for an hour and 30 minutes. Yes, that's right. You heard right. I was in the trial room doing it over and over and over again, only to get closer and closer. Only because once you in that V skill, in that V trigger mode, it changed the properties of the special move. So imagine, you don't know how to use this character. You don't know what his V trigger does. Only to be confused by you get closer and closer thinking that you landed, but you can't. But guess what? You don't land it. You get harder. You're trying to get it. You don't even... You're pulling out your hair. You're in there for an hour and 30 minutes trying it over and over again. You know how many times that is? You're literally doing the same thing over and over again at least 60 times. 60 times in at least what? In a few minutes. Over and over again. And there's been like an hour and 30 minutes worth. You know how stupid this is? You know how stupid this move is? You can't even do this in a match. I haven't seen this in tournament yet. Whenever I was making this video, I'm like, fuck it, I got footage already saved on it. I'm not going to do it again. Because it's that bad. And you know what? Fuck Bison. Fuck him in the ass. You know what? Fuck Street Fighter 5. This game's getting me angry now the more I think about it. Rage quitting and all that. It's just, I can't deal with it anymore. I'm tired of it.
But I digress. Street Fighter 5 is a fun game when you have your friends over or you're playing it online, pending if you run into those rage quitters. Well, one thing that you have to remember is this. You can't go in there just going thinking that, oh, they're the same characters as they were before. A select few characters are still the same. A select few. There's probably like maybe one character only. 2 at that. But the point is that all these characters evolve. They have new moves, they have new styles, they have different frame data, and to be honest with you, it's going to change within the years to come with Street Fighter 5. So if you're doing trials and you're stuck, don't feel discouraged. You know, it sucks. Trust me, I know. It takes me a while to do these trials too. I don't do these in perfect runs. But it's satisfying knowing that you can do it. And not only that, you know what your opponent's capable of if they use that character. That builds that mindset to where you can almost fight anybody with the characters that you prefer because you know what they can do. So, my best advice to you guys, keep on fighting. Thank you again for watching this video, guys. If you like it, share it. Please let me know right in the comments here on my YouTube channel. I also do these podcasts with my good friends, Naughty Monkey, Nero, and Liz Vicious. As you can see, he's going to be posted right over here into the Slack, right in this area right here. Can you see me right here, maybe? With the link. But also, not only that, I also post online matches, other things that I'm doing in the groups, stream tournaments that are coming up, or anything fighting game related, or Street Fighter 5 related. That's what I'll be doing. So, shout outs to everybody that watched this video. Thank you for watching it. And remember, guys, keep on fighting.